D12 on the beat.
One love, yo.
I don't know what they got to do, Papa. Why you keep blessing me like this? You favor me like and you this. Still keep on protecting me like this. Yeah, you sustaining me like this. I'm so grateful, grateful, yeah. Say, I don't know what they got to do, Papa. Why you keep blessing me like this? And you keep favoring me like this. You protecting me like this. And you sustaining me like this. I'm so grateful. You give me plenty money. Too much data. Fun cherry. You put food on my table, clothes on my body, and you share to me. You share to me. So I say, count your blessing. Think them one by one, and you will know what thing that I can do. I'm so thankful, yeah, thankful, yeah. See, yeah, I'm so grateful, yeah. I used to be thinking on the carry. I didn't have no lyrics. They used to call me for nothing. And sister boy, but thank God you never left me down. No, spend it for me. So I raise my voice and say, I don't know. Now one thing I do, Papa, why you keep blessing me like this? You favor me like this. You protecting me like this. You sustaining me like this. I'm so grateful, grateful God. Jehovah Jireh, yeah, my provider. Jehovah Rapha, yeah, my healer. Jehovah Shalom, yeah, oh my peace, my peace, my peace of mind. You are my strength, like no other. Oh, you are my song in the storm. I just wanna praise you and praise you, praise you. Lift my voice to you, my God. Give you praise, yeah. Say, I don't know. Now one thing I do, Papa, why you keep on blessing me like this? You keep on favoring me like this. You protecting me like this. You sustaining me like this. I'm so grateful, grateful God, grateful God. You give me plenty money. Too much data. Fun cherry. Food on my table, clothes on my body, and you share to me, you share to me, you share to me. So I say, elevation back, you, promotion back, you, celebration back, you, blessing back, you, favor back, you. When it's plenty, grateful, I'm grateful, God. Oh, I don't know. One thing I do, Papa, why you keep on blessing me like this? Oh, you favor me like this. Oh, you're loving me like this. Blessing me, blessing me, blessing me. Oh, baby, grateful, Lord, grateful, grateful. Oh, grateful.
Welcome. This is KMTV, and this is the KMTV USA. We're right here coming to you from the heart of the Twin Cities, Minnesota, precisely. I like to say welcome wherever you find yourself. My name is Cyrus McGee, welcoming you to this special interview of one of Liberia's proud. And you know, KMTV will try our best to make it look good, to make things happen in our community, promoting our community. Last week we were there in California, bringing you the Hollywood Africa Prestigious Awards, and it was wonderful for our team to cover that. And today we're here in Minnesota. Precisely, we will be having a special time with Liberia. One of Liberia's best, David Mell. He's somebody who needs not much introduction. For those of you who follow David Mell, he's been a little bit quiet for a couple of years now. He will be telling us why, telling us his journey to his musical career and transitioning from secular to Foley gospel. He don't like people calling him Pastor Mell. But David, welcome. It's good having you with us.
Thank you, brother.
And,
Thank you so much.
and yeah, you're welcome. And I know it's your first time hitting the screen on KMTV.
Oh yeah.
And I know you've been following the work.
Oh yeah, good. I mean, excellent work. I'm proud of you guys, especially the guys back home. You know, and because the entire team, we all been friends from back home. We've been a long time coming. The vision has been there, so I'm proud. I'm happy that you guys still keeping it going. You know, both local and international.
What is it like being here? Let me start from that. You're here in the U.S. and a couple of years now. How has it been? Firstly, before we go that route, let people who watching, some people may be the first time listening to you off the music in an interview or so. Who is David Mell? Somebody listening or watching would like to know.
Well, my name is David Mell, and I'm a Liberian, 100% Liberian. Mom from Sound Five from Vancouver, so which means
So that's all. It's the
so you know, yeah, I'm typical Palmetto boy, and music is what I do. You know, I sing. I'm a writer, producer. Don't like to talk about it, but today let me talk about it. Songwriter, producer, and a singer. This is who I am. Yeah.
and I know it's been a long way coming up.
A long time.
And let us look at how you got into all of this.
Well, I would love to say I was born to a music family. My dad used to, because he's late right now. So my dad was pianist. He used to play the piano. My mom sang, you know, stayed singing in the church choir. And my big brother, Charles Fanier, was the one who really encouraged me to, you know, do music, because he's a musician and he'd been around the world. So most of the time when he come back home from a tour, he would play the guitar and like come and sing, you know, while we sit on the front porch of our house. So it was something I started doing at a tender age, you know, until, you know, as I grew up in life and realized that this is what I was called to do, and I started doing it.
And you answered the call very well. You started as a secular, a singer. At first, people thought that your songs were mostly contemporary. They didn't really feel that it was way too secular.
Yeah.
We listened to the original version of Mutukan and Carry Alone, Hero, and all of that.
Yeah.
Contemporary, saying the message. And what was it like stepping into that area?
I've always been somebody who always, you know, try to. First of all, I understand people, you know, pain the thing in life. I grew up that kind of way. Like, I always have mind for people. I always love to help people, you know. But I never knew one day it was going to turn into a melody, like making a message to encourage people. So I felt like since I don't have the opportunity to reach the whole world, I could use my voice to be an inspiration to a lot of people around the world, especially young people going through tough times. So I use my music. Then at the time was to inspire people, encourage people, you know, telling you that it's going to be okay, it's going to get better. I mean, that was my inspiration and motivation.
Did the message really resonate with people? What feedback did you get at the time?
I mean, at the time, their response was positive. It was strong from all over the nation. As a matter of fact, when I first did Hero, I remember Hero took me to a different level, you know, different kind of people in Liberia, and I never knew. I mean, at the time, people could respond to such a music like that. So when Hero first came, it opened a lot of corridor for me, not just the young people, but both old, young, and all kinds of, you know, even politicians, lawyers, doctors from all walks of life. And it has been a blessing to them. Let me use the word blessing. The response was great. They love it. They, you know, they embrace it, and people started encouraging me to do what I was doing at the time.
And looking at our country at the time, I remember back in the days when I started on Kings FM. Back in 2005 and 6, you were the guys who were making it. The David Mell, the Takun J, the John Briggs, the JD Donzo, KZ, So Fresh, and the rest of the guys. And I know the collab will be a great one indeed with your peers. And what were some of those challenging times you could point out coming up in such an environment?
First of all, we came from a war-torn country for so many years, and a lot of things wasn't in place. You know, financially, the country was on a low level. You know, buying economy. So people focus on how they could get daily bread for they and the family. So the love for entertainment wasn't. Yeah, they love it, but it never had its support to give us. So basically, we struggle a lot with support, financial support, and entertainment. You cannot do entertainment without money. Entertainment have to do with money. So some of the difficult times and challenges we had was financially we wasn't there. We never had it. We were spending our dime into music and never getting it back. Not just half of it.
People were putting all the songs on memory card and all that.
Everywhere, we hear the songs everywhere. The only thing we had was, hi, David Mell, hi, But I mean, there were times where, personally, there was a time where, our loved ones started to walk out of our life because they felt we wasn't bringing anything back home. It was all about the music. People who we really loved, they walk out of our life, and family was trying to give you different kinds of names, try to paint you bad in society. I mean, these are the things we had going on in our lives, some of the challenges we had going on.
But with all of those, you guys still fought to get to the top.
Oh yeah, we never stopped, and we would never stop. We keep doing what we're doing, and right now I'm so proud of my brothers, and like Casey. He based in Australia right now. Music was his ticket. John Briggs is in Asia. He become an ambassador down there. Music is his ticket. The rest of the other guys, JD Donso in Atlanta, Georgia. Friday the 7th, man. So we seeing, the seed that we sowed back in the days is like making impact in our life right now. Yeah.
And the last time I saw you doing a collabo was during the death of one person you call your kid brother Quincy B. I think I did a special feature with you. D12 and Soiree and the rest of the guys, and it went so wide. Do you still feel that in the Liberian music industry where people having much more collabos, or do we still see this issue of fighting amongst one another?
I don't really think so. I don't think so. There are still some, but all I can tell people is that when you know your purpose, when you know your goals, and you know what you want to do in life, all this stuff doesn't really count. Especially for artists like my friends who've been there for a very, very long time. Like, I don't want to start calling names. These are focused people, and we don't really believe in negativity. We believe in unity. We believe in one. If we stand together, we can achieve together. So I don't really think it's like that in our music industry. Everybody know what they offer, and there are a lot of responsibility. Most of the artists have recognized to focus on the most important thing than the little petty stuff that cause division. So, yeah.
All right, David Mell right here, the melody maker. He calls himself, and the Liberian people call him the melody maker. Yeah. We will take this very, very quick break. We'll play you one of David's newest song. You will like it, but when we come back, this is the moment you will not want to miss. David went through a very, very horrific situation in his life at one point that shifted his musical career. But when we come back, we will be looking at that, and we'll also be looking at his new role, Pastor Mell. Let me put it that way. He's a man of God, and he will tell us how he went there and what we need to do as people and nation to support our industry. So let's take the break, and when we come back, we will be looking at the situation and now.
Lord, please take control. Cause I tried on my own, but I can find love. I can make it on my own, on my own. I can make it, I can make it on my own. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can make it, I can make it. So I say, tell me, what can I do? I can live without you, Lord. I can live without you. So Mister, tell me, what can I do? I can live without you, Jesus. I can live. Hey. Yes, my mind. Woo. Yes, my heart, Lord. I give you my soul. Daddy, please take control. Cause I try it on my own. But would have fun, but I can make it on my own. I can make it, I can make it on my own, Lord. I can make it. Me say, I can make it. So I say now, tell me, what can I do? I can live without you, Jesus. I can live without you. So I say, tell me, what can I do? I can live without you. I can live without you. Shop, shop, shop. Shabba, shabba, lava, tam, tam, tam. Oh, 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 oh. Sure. I can breathe without you. I can breathe without you. I can walk without you. I can walk without you. There is no me without you, God. There is no me, no. I raise my hands up and I surrender. I can walk without you. I can sing no song without.
And I tell you, welcome back, welcome back. Tell me, what can I do? I cannot live without God himself, because he's our maker, he's our creator. A fun piece there, one of the newest single from David Mell. And David, this song is a bomb. And when you send me this video and I watch it, I'm like, this is a bomb. I really couldn't believe the texture, the color, the sound quality. And this is one of the kind of thing we would love to play on the radio about this, because but I think it was good. But let's now look at your shift in your career, or this entire situation that had you off for some time. You would like to tell us your story. There's a point that you have the time to let the public know exactly where David Mell was, how you got over there, that went so wide into the way you are.
Yeah, it's a very sensitive. For me, it's very, very sensitive, and it's hard for me to just talk about it, because the reason why, that was life and death situation. Basically, I was dead, according to the doctor, the first responder, because when they saw me, they said they saw a body lying down at the entrance of a clinic, some clinic around how you call the place, Omega Tower, somewhere there. But what happened was 2013, I was talking to a friend. She's in the U.S. She stayed in the U.S. So, but then those days, Cyrus, if somebody say I want to manage you from the UK or the US, you're so happy.
That's popular.
It's a breakthrough, that's a breakthrough for you. So she hit me up some years back and said, yo, I like your music and I want to be your manager. And you can never ever say no. So my answer was yes, 100% yes. And we started talking, started helping me with my career. And this day, she paid a surprise visit to Liberia. I'll tell me. And at the time, we had a country tour going on. John Briggs, Petey the Bears, Kayla Lou, myself, and Ben and V, Ben the Wooden. So we had this country tour going on. We started with Mell Iive first. Was always to hit the road until we get to Maryland. So the moment we started with Mell Iive, was in Mell Iive, Kakatan, Mell Iive. Then I got a call. She said, hey, I'm here. This is Doris. I was like, oh my God, you came to the country, you didn't tell me? She said, yeah, I wanted to surprise you. So where are you right now? I said, oh, we in Kakatan getting ready to help for Nima. So, but let me see you because I'll be going by a couple of days from now. If you have any materials, bring it over. So I said, okay. I told my boys, hey, I got a ball court for now. Let me go to Monrovia, and I think at the time it was, if it stayed the same, 45-minute drive, right? So got charter a taxi. When I got to Monrovia, I called because we don't have GPS, nothing like that. So I called, and she directed me in the place she was. But then I remember when I got to Monrovia, it was about 11 going to 12 midnight. So I got on the bike, which we call the keke or the painting, whatsoever. Got on the bike, and Cyrus, you'll never believe, man. My first time, I never ever thought people live all the way back there. I never knew because I always passing going all the time. So when I got on the bike, we started going a long journey, very far, all the way in the bush. So when I finally got to my destination, she was standing there with a couple of friends, and I still remember that night, everybody that I saw was so excited to see me, all the children, hey, Mel. So we got into the house. Here comes a big house with 8 girls in the house and little kids, being the only guy in the house, from that long journey. And one of the lady in the house, I'm going to take my time because, like my brother Casey said, like everybody have a cow.
You can listen.
Yeah, so I go into the house and 8 ladies I still remember. And so one of the girl in the house said, can you help us turn on the generator, please? And I said, okay, no problem, because I was never a generator guy, first of all. I live on the FE, Springfield. So if you live on Springfield, you know what I'm talking about. We deal with LEC, we just buy a scratch card and on and on we go. So when I got there, the lady said, can you help us, please turn the generator on? I said, no problem. So she walked me to where the generator was in the garage, the car garage. When we got there, some big size generator, and she put her light on, the phone light on, and flashed it on the generator. When I saw it, I said, okay, I got an idea. Because what I know is that you pull the rope first, and when you pull the rope, the next thing you press the switch. That is what I know. So when I pulled the rope, the generator started to beat somehow. It wasn't beating normal. So it was beating. The next thing I wanted to do was to just, go back and turn it on. But I knew I have this fear in me that something wasn't right. So when she was flashing the light, she was trying to load. The next thing, while I was trying to, turn it off, I remember I saw the flame coming from under it. The whole thing just went off like boom on the both of us. It exploded like somebody threw a grenade into a building, like that. And I remember it took me far away from where I was standing, from the kitchen door all the way to the gate.
From the explosion?
Yeah. I landed on my back on the gate and I fell down. But at the time, the explosion already took place, so it burned my whole face, my hair, on my body, everything, and I just landed on the gate. So while I was lying down on the gate, trying to recover myself because it was a shock. So when I opened my eyes, I saw this girl on fire. My brother on fire, her whole hair was blazing, and I couldn't do anything. Reason why? First of all, I couldn't even feed my fingers anymore, my hands. I couldn't feed my hands. I couldn't feed my lip. But I was smelling, when you burn animals, like that. I was smelling the scent all around me, but my eyes couldn't open very well. So I tried to, open up a little bit to see, but then the fire, because it was a gas situation, so the fire had already spread over the entire garage. So I'm talking about garage where you have barrels, old mattresses, and all the stuff, and it's gas. So it started to move very fast. Well, I don't know how she got out of that place, because the only entrance we have, it was the kitchen door. about the means of the kitchen though. So, but I mean, I'm trying to just struggle with the whole picture, and I think I passed. I passed again. I went back on the gate because it was the gas, the heat, everything. So when I woke up for the second time, yet the fire coming all over from every corner, coming towards me. From every corner, just coming on a high speed. And I remember the last thing was in my mind, I won't even see my son no more. You know, at the time my son was just 5 years old, I won't see him no more. That was the end of my life. So when the fire was coming towards me, I saw it coming from every corner. What I'm talking about is, at my left side, it's this giant wall. And at my right side is this giant wall. At my back is the giant gate. See, on the gate, it have 3 irons running from the top, middle, and down. And each of the iron have 3 pop light on it. So even when you give me 1 hour, 2 hours to get out, it still wouldn't be possible. So when I saw the fire coming, I just laid back and just gave up the ghost. But to my surprise, the fire just stopped. I mean, it stopped. It didn't go off. It stopped. Like I looked at the fire just looking at me, stopped. And I felt a strong, mighty presence, like somebody just over me like this. So when because of the heat, I couldn't open my eyes, you know. So when I tried to open my eyes to see what's going on, I saw this huge image, a very, very huge image in white standing over me like this. And I knew it was God. So the moment I recognized that was God, and this is the exact word that I said out of my mouth. I said, God, if you get me out of here, I will sing your praise for the rest of my life. And the moment I uttered those words out of my mouth, the gate behind me exploded straight like boom.
Jesus.
So I never knew. I thought it was another explosion from the gas. So I had my head down like this, and I never opened my eyes again. And I felt this person hand like this right here, this place. I felt his hand. The person started pulling me, dragging me out. Dragging me out, dragging me. The entire place was dark. Like I said, I never opened my eyes until I realized some cold breeze started blowing me, and I knew I was outside the building. Then I heard people around me saying, but I didn't open my eyes. Everything I'm telling you, my eyes were never open. I heard people around. They were using a Liberian tone like, let's pour potato green water on his hand, you know, let's pour potato green water, get a wheelbarrow, do this one. But at the time, brother, I had my mouth in the sand because the pain was so much. I've never, ever felt a pain like that in my life before. I had my mouth in the sand. Anything I could hold on to, I was just crying, I can't make it. I can't make it back. We hear people saying, bring Puerto Rican water, go get wheelbarrow, and all kinds of stuff. Then I passed.
And woke up and met yourself
I
in
passed.
the hospital.
I mean, I passed. Never again. Never. Nothing. Until one morning, I woke up in the morning, I saw myself lying down in the clinic. So when I opened my eyes, the doctor, I was in there with 3 doctors, they started running away from me. So I asked, the first time I asked, well, where's my phone? The man said, we can't give you your phone. Oh my God, he's alive, he's alive. So I said, what's going on? So one of them came to me and said, oh, we saw your body lying down at the entrance of the clinic. Just like that. So the first thing I did was to call my friend, John Briggs. And he came out and brought a couple of clothes. But then when he saw me, his reaction from his face, because I couldn't see myself. And he always called me Chico. I said, Chico, what's wrong? What happened in your face? You know, he started, you could see tears coming from his eyes. So I knew there was something bad happening to me at the time. But at the time I started draining, you know. I needed blood. I started draining. I was, you know, dying and stuff like that. The next thing, they brought the ambulance, took me to SOS for better treatment. I mean, everything that's happening today, what I'm doing, you know, I know there are a lot of things. I don't want to focus on the negativity. I'm used to the negative things, you know, I'm not going to address that. But I'm grateful to God that, you know, he kept me. I'm alive. I never, brother, never. And I need to talk about this thing, Liberian people.
You have to turn to.
I never did any surgery. Never.
Because there were a lot of rumors that Mel was flown to South Africa for skin surgery and the rest of
Nobody know how I went to South Africa.
And that's a different story.
Nobody know how I went to South Africa. Nobody know well. I was going to the UK And at the time, my ex-manager, Mrs. Marshall, may God bless her, Ms. Marshall wanted me to go to the UK because she lived in the UK. So she was doing everything possible to get me to the UK. They didn't work out in Ghana at the time. So the next option was to go to South Africa. I have my friends in South Africa. Frankie talked about. So he said, "But come on this side, let's see what we can do." You know, while I was in Ghana. So everything that happened to me from the Ghana to South Africa was from my own pocket. Not the government, not any organization. Through the help of all my friends back home, all my musician brothers, the media houses, all the DJs, and all the good people who love me, that contributed financially. I used that to go to Africa on my own, not for surgery, because the money for surgery, I never even had the money for surgery.
So you mean you are like this? The David Bell I saw a major information one time.
Yeah, I remember.
We talked, and what I saw is just a healing from God that got you to where you are.
Miracle.
What changed you about that situation? What about that situation that changed you?
The vow that I made to God. I would have been burned to ashes, brother. Burn. I just told you the situation. Burn. There was no escape route from death. One-on-one me and death. He got me, had me already. It took a divine power. Was I perfect? No. Was I righteous? No. Was I doing what God wanted me to do? No. But he still reached out to me in his mercy and said, "I'm going to give you a second chance." So based on it's not because of my vow, but God knew that he has deposited something inside of me, that he said, "Okay, since he never listened to me the first time, I'm going to give him a second chance to do what I want him to do." So from that moment, just knowing that, first of all, when I didn't really explain, when I was in SOS Hospital, Lone Star Cell make a call, and make an announcement and say, the person that took David Mell from the hospital, we had a reward for them. Nobody showed up to now. Nobody showed up to now. The only person that came was one of the pape that was talking about Wibara, like I mentioned. I didn't see none of them. And he came, he said, and I said, "Pop, was you the one?" He said, "No, I wasn't the one, my son. The only thing we were doing was my son and I wanted to get a Wibara for you." But then in the process, she said, "There's a man that came. One huge guy just came, the guy said, I'm going to take him." I'm telling you a true life story.
And up to today, you don't know that man.
Yeah, he said, "My son went for the wheelbarrow. While I was waiting for him, there's this guy who came. The guy said, I'm going to take him." And the Bible said, he never even said nothing to the guy. Because normally, he was also asked the man, "Who are you?"
Then where you taking?
Because they live in that area, they never seen him before. So the guy just put me on his shoulder, and that was it. So we make that announcement. We have a reward for the person. Nobody showed up to now. So I mean, God was there from the fire. He took me from there to the hospital, sustained me without any surgery. Here I am today. Tell me, what else you want me to do?
Well,
not to sing for the Lord, not to serve Him with all my heart.
I know even people watching will see and know that it was a calling, and God probably called you with heavy voice, and He protected you, got you to where you are. Now let's look at. I know you say is your value made. Now you've transitioned totally from secular to contemporary secular or whatever,
strictly
into gospel. What has it been? I mean, with this whole transition, there are a couple of songs we've seen so far. We just played two of them. What have it been to kind of step in from the word onto what you promised to do for God?
The only thing I would say to you, me, and everybody who's watching, a life without Christ is crisis. It's total crisis, man. There was nothing I can really count back in the days that I can look at and say, I achieved this thing. Everything I was doing it based on my feelings, how I understand what I wanted to do. But there was nothing I can really lay my hand and say that I really achieved this thing, I really enjoyed this thing. It's right now. Now I can look at messages coming from all over the world, testimony on my music, on my life. There's a friend of mine, you know him, Samuel Taylor. He's in Asia. After my North Dakota, Grateful Eve, he called me and said, "Bro, man, I've been following you, and I've seen the God in your life, and I'm convicted. I want to come and serve God." Apart from that, there's another friend of mine, Omar, in Nigeria. We've been friends way back. and say, seeing you doing what you're doing now, it's just a call for me to say, a lot of people, a lot of young people, the testimony just come. So I know that being where I am is where God wants me to be.
Now, as we get ready to wrap it up, tomorrow is going to be a big evening for you in Minnesota,
Yeah,
a grateful evening, and you hitting the stage this time not as a single anymore, but of a gospel concert intended to melt the hearts of our people. Tell us exactly what do we expect to see tomorrow?
There is nothing much to be talk about apart from the the embellishment. But tomorrow I know the God that saved me from the fire. Not just saved me, but when somebody got damaged, the whole face burned beyond 10 degrees and still looking normal it is. The same God is going to be there tomorrow to heal the sick, to deliver the captive, to all those who oppress addictions. God is going to be there. His presence is like, I always talk about this. I love the woman with the issue of blood story. I love that story so much because there's something I learned from it. When Jesus was passing by, the Bible said there were multitudes of people surrounding Jesus. I'm talking about healthy men and women that was touching him. But they never received nothing from Jesus. Only one person. Who was that person? A woman that had an issue that was bleeding for 12 years. So which means she was in pain. For all the even crowd to Jesus, there were a lot of problems. But the Bible says she believed. She purpose in her heart. She believed. She had this expectation that if I can only touch. And when Jesus said, somebody touch me, all the disciples said, you can do all kind of things. Everybody here touching you. All these people touching you. Who touched you? He said that touch is not an ordinary touch. It's a touch of faith, a touch of belief. When you have expectation in your heart for something and say, I believe it. That's what God wants us to do tomorrow. If you come with it tomorrow, just come. Those who come with the mind of expectation, believe. I'm telling you, the God that brought me out, that sustained me, no surgery, nothing. I'm alive, doing good. I'm not even deformed. He's able to do exceedingly, abundantly, above all you can ever ask of things.
So who are some of those who expect to see tomorrow?
I have a couple of brothers in the building, Minister Paul, and I got my own brother, Wetty Nepe. I got my brother and friend, Will Davis, the ambassador himself, Ambassador Oxford Dennis, a great man of God, and myself gonna be there.
So just an evening of worship.
Yeah, even that's the word, or just a worship event. We're just coming together to tell God, thank you. We're just gonna tell God we're grateful, not for the good things, but the bad things also. Because all things work together for good, all things.
And people, you are here, when we put it in that brain way, you heard his story. And a lot of people commenting, I've been reading the feedback, your testimony is inspiring, it's so touching. And let me openly bless God for you, David, because the David I saw after that situation is not the David that we see today. So I think, like you put it, was God. So if you are in the Minnesota area, you can make it your business to be at the concert. It will be at 8433 West Broadway Avenue, North Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. So as we wrap it up, I'd like to say thanks to you, David, for sitting with us and
thank you so much,
and letting the world to know what you went through and where you are today. I'd like to say thanks, and we hope to see you tomorrow at the evening of worship.
I know you guys will be there.
You got any final words you want to give out before we go?
I don't think I'd like to say first of all, I want to say thanks to you, Victor behind the camera, the entire KMTV crew back home. Thank you guys for giving me the opportunity, to all my fans, all the people of God. Looking forward to see you tomorrow. Come let us worship God. Let's just tell God we're grateful.
And I tell you, it's a grateful evening tomorrow. Like I said, the venue 8433 West Broadway Avenue.
One more thing. Sorry. My new album is out called Grateful. It's all every digital platform. Please go and subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe right now.
You'll buy the song.
Yeah.
You'll buy them, man. Don't beg for it. Don't download it free. So we meet tomorrow at the Grateful Evening. On behalf of the entire thing, Victor Double being on camera, the crew from Liberia, and all of you watching. I'd like to say thanks for joining us. Thanks for listening to David Mell's story. And I hope this inspires you and have yourself a wonderful rest of the weekend. We leave you with this one called Mutuken. Is the remix, the reloaded version of Mutuken. And I think this will blow people's minds up. So I'll leave you like this. Have yourself a wonderful weekend.
D12 on the beat.
Yes. Can you see it's working for my good? Yes. Everything is working for my good. Yes. It's working for my good. Yes. Even though I walk through the valley, yes, I will fear no evil. Yes. 'Cause I know it's working for my good. Yes. Can't you see it's turning around for my good? Yes, I know. It's working for my good now. Say,
entertainment, news, and business. And this is KMTV. We are on the screen, we are everywhere. The best online Liberian platform you have. Make the best use of it. My name is Frank Artis, and I endorse this channel.